స్టార్ట్ చేద్దామా?
Yes, Anton. With the prayer.
ఓం శుక్లాంబరధరం విష్ణుం శశివర్ణం చతుర్భుజం ప్రసన్నవదనం ధ్యాయేత్ సర్వవిఘ్నోపశాంతయే. అగజానన పద్మార్కం గజానన మహర్నిశం అనేకదం తం భక్తానాం ఏకదంతముపాస్మహే. ఓం గురుబ్రహ్మ గురుర్విష్ణు గురుర్దేవో మహేశ్వరః గురు సాక్షాత్ పరబ్రహ్మ తస్మై శ్రీ గురవే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ 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 శివబాలయోగి మహారాజ్ కి
Jai. Okay. Welcome everyone for the new session again. I think this is the fourth session which we are connecting again. We are deepening our understanding and devotion on meditation and the teachings of Swamiji. Today as well, we have a wonderful set of questions, thought-provoking questions from all the devotees from different places. So being said that, we have people have almost joined from different places as well. So I think we've all almost.
ఇద్దరిని చూపిస్తావా?
Yes,
ఏం
uncle.
అంకల్?
పవన్ ని కూడా చూపించు బాలు.
పవన్ వస్తున్నాడు అంకల్.
వస్తున్నారు uncle, వస్తున్నారు.
అంటే నేను పిన్ చేసుకున్నట్టున్నాను, సారీ. రైట్.
Okay,
ఓకే
so
బాలు, కంటిన్యూ.
yeah, we have several devotees joined from different places as well. That gives us immense happy that we can get started without waiting for this wonderful session. So uncle, with your permission, can we get started and get the first question going on, uncle?
Yeah, Pawan, please go ahead with the
Wonderful.
first question.
Thanks, uncle.
Is
Thanks, uncle.
Girish here?
Yeah, one second. Girish is here, uncle. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would ask Girish himself to ask this question.
Yeah, right. If he's available,
Okay.
then because
Yes.
it is his question,
Correct,
he'll be
uncle.
able to express his question
Yeah.
properly. That's why.
Yes. Girish Garu, can you please unmute yourself and go ahead and ask your
Oh,
question?
he speaks only Kannada, Pawan.
Last time I hear him speaking, I heard him
Telugu.
speaking Telugu or English, I believe.
Okay. No, he speaks
Yeah.
English,
Yes, yes.
but his
Maybe comfortable.
mother tongue is Kannada. He doesn't
Yes.
know Telugu.
Okay, okay. Hello, Girish Garu. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Good evening, everyone. Am I
Yes.
audible?
Yes, you are clear and yeah.
Yeah. So the first question is, what is power of vibhuti? And like, if we don't have the vibhuti when we are traveling, still we can go and meditate. So how is that? Like, how would it help? Vibhuti will help in meditation, and what is the power of vibhuti?
Okay, Girish. Thanks for asking the question. It's a very interesting question. Okay, and also very practical question because a number of us face this problem. Okay. So, coming to the first question, which is what is the power of vibhuti? Okay, I don't think I'll be able to explain that, Girish, to you or to anybody for that matter. I don't think any of us can explain what the power of vibhuti is. Okay, just to tell you, once when Swamiji was in the USA and I was interpreting for Swamiji, a devotee asked him the same question, but in a slightly different way. So what he asked Swamiji was, Swamiji, how come a little pinch of vibhuti can do such wonders? Because for everything Swamiji used to bless the vibhuti and give, right? Whatever the problem, whether it is a job, you don't have children, family issues, money problems, for everything he used to give vibhuti and ask them to use a pinch of it, even for health issues, right? So he asked the question, Swamiji, how come a pinch of vibhuti can solve all these problems, can create so many miracles? And Swamiji simply explained in a short way, see, the atom bomb is so small, but look at the colossal devastation it causes. So he compared the vibhuti to the atom bomb. No, I think the actual comparison is with the atomic energy or nuclear energy, I mean, the atoms are so small, right? I mean, the nucleus is even smaller, but the energy that comes out of that is so great, right? So I think that is what Swamiji was trying to convey to him. Okay. Anyway, there is another story. Again, I won't be able to explain the power of Vibhuti. It will just give you an indication, a hint as to what all the Vibhuti can do. Okay. But I won't be able to go into it this time. So let us reserve that for some other session of Satsang. Okay. For now, I just want to answer the second part of your question, which is, let us say you are traveling in a bus or a train or something like that, and you're actually not doing anything, you are idle. So you would like to rather spend the time in doing the meditation. But then you realize that you're not brought the vibhuti. The vibhuti that has been blessed for your meditation, you have not brought that with you. Or probably it's lying in the bags, it's lying in the checked-in baggage. So what to do then? Okay. So the answer is, I mean, this is what I do, right? We just need to close our eyes, think of Swamiji, and do the meditation. Okay. The important thing is when you have an opportunity to meditate, don't let it go just because you don't have the blessed vibhuti of Swamiji. Please, please, I am not trivializing the power of vibhuti or the effect of vibhuti. Okay. If you have the vibhuti and when you are at home and the vibhuti is available, you should apply the vibhuti and then sit for meditation. It will help you. It will help you in the meditation. But in case you don't have the vibhuti with you, that should not be an excuse to not meditate. Okay? You can close your eyes, pray to Swamiji, and then do the meditation for as long as you can while you are traveling also. Okay? So that is the answer, Girish. I hope I am clear.
Girish.
Yeah, yes, Uncle. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Girish.
Eleven.
Now, can you go to the second question, please?
Sure, Uncle. Okay, Uncle. The
No,
second, yeah,
no, the
oh,
second
Girish,
question is
yeah.
also from Girish.
Okay, Uncle. Girish garu, can you please go ahead and ask?
Yeah. Yeah, so like when you're doing dhyana, like you see different colors, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬಣ್ಣಗಳು ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ. So like, do the colors have any meaning?
Okay. Yeah, that experience has been reported by a number of devotees. When they do the meditation, they do see colors. Okay. But I don't remember Swamiji explaining what is the significance of the colors. In the sense that if you see red color, what does it mean? If you see blue color, what does it mean? Swamiji hasn't explained that. Okay. But in general, he said that it is a good experience. Okay. So you should be happy that you are able to see colors in the meditation. So that means you are doing the meditation right. Okay. So just go ahead and continue the meditation, Girish. Yeah, Girish, that is the answer. I don't have any further information to add to that. Okay.
Okay.
The third question is also from
Also
Girish.
from Girish, yeah, third and fourth, I believe. Yeah. Please, Girish, can I please request you to go ahead and put your third question before Anchor?
Yeah, the other one was
How do we know what?
No, it's there in the WhatsApp group,
Yeah.
Girish.
It's about the
Yeah,
vision.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, vision and thoughts. So when we are meditating, like last time, Uncle, you also told like your grandfather was getting dream. So how
Yeah.
do we know whether it is a dream, vision, or it is our overthinking? So how do we get to know it is a dream, vision, or our overthinking or illusion?
Okay. Good question. Okay. Now, see, my simple answer to that is in case you get a message, okay, in the form of a vision or just a voice, okay, you will know it's a message. In the sense, Swamiji is conveying something to you. It could be a request or a direction for action, or it could be just for your information or something like that, right? But you will know. Now, how do we know? To answer that question, all that I can offer you is when you dream, you know that you are dreaming, right? I mean, after the dream is over, after you wake up from sleep, and while you are sleeping, you are having the dream. And after the sleep, when you wake up, you remember that you had a dream, right? Now, try explaining that to a child who has never had a dream. Do you think you can explain that to him? But he will also have a dream, and then he'll understand what dream means, right? So, in the same way, this also, I mean, whether you are getting a message from Swamiji for action or for advice, you will come to know that, right? Now, there is some clarification regarding your question, which is offered by General Hanot Singh. He is no more now. So he had written an article. I read the article recently. So what he writes is that if it is a message from Swamiji, okay, if it is a message for you to act, to do something, right, to take some action, then he says, you will keep on getting reminded about it again and again and again. It won't let you just be, okay? You have to take action. You have to complete what Swamiji has asked you to do. Until then, it will keep bothering you. Constantly, you will keep thinking about that only, okay? So that, he said, is an indication, okay? I mean, there is a compulsion to take the action, okay? So then you understand that it's not just your thought, but Swamiji is asking you to do something. So that is his personal experience. Okay, he has been a devotee of Swamiji for several years. He was a very good soldier. He was called a soldier saint. Okay, and he has even written a book on Swamiji. Okay, in English. So such a devotee is sharing his experience with us, saying that if there is a message from Swamiji or if there is a direction from Swamiji, it won't let you be. It will constantly trouble you until you complete that action. Okay, so that is one indication of that it is a message from Swamiji, and it's not just a thought. It's not just a passing thought. Okay, Girish?
Yes, uncle. Got it.
Now, I had such experiences. So,
Yeah, like after you told that many reminders, then I realized few things. Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Many reminders was the keyword there.
Yeah, right.
And next question also,
Yeah, Girish.
yeah.
Please go
So
ahead
like,
and ask the next question.
so like sometimes the condition may not favor the meditation place.
Huh.
It might be people. Sometimes the weather also, if it is too hot, cannot sit. And sometimes the people also, like it might be your own people, like that vibrations will not be there to do continue that meditation peacefully. So like, what was the Swamiji's any suggestion during that time?
Okay. Now, I don't remember specifically Swamiji saying anything about that, Girish, but then my advice is to select a private and isolated place for meditation. See, you are talking about doing the meditation regularly, right? So you are talking about a place for doing the regular meditation. Not like in your earlier question you asked when you are traveling, right? So that's different. That happens once in a while. But here we are talking about a place for us to meditate every day. Okay? So my suggestion and advice is to make sure that the place is convenient and conducive for the meditation. Okay? How? You have to have a silent place. Okay. So the best way is to keep yourself isolated. You cannot do it in a public place, or you cannot do it in a living room where others are watching TV or they are doing something else, talking to each other. You cannot do meditation there. You will get distracted. Okay. So you have to choose a place where you are not distracted by others. If it is not possible in the house, you may have to look for some other place. Like for example, the ashram itself. You can go to the ashram, you can sit in the ashram, and then you can do the meditation in the dhyan mandir. I mean, I am talking to you this idea because I know you are close to the ashram. You can go there. Others also will have to find a place like that if they are serious about dhyan. If they are serious about practicing the meditation daily for 1 hour, they have to find a suitable place. Okay, which is silent. Okay, preferably a place where devotees go, either a temple or it could be, for example, I know of a devotee who used to go to a Buddhist place. I don't know what it is called. So she used to go to that ashram and she used to meditate there. And she used to enjoy that a lot. I mean, she used to uh, meditate for a long time there, 3-4 hours a day at a time. Okay. So like that, you'll have to find a place where you can go and meditate regularly. Okay. Now, the next part is you're talking about the temperature, the heat. I mean, I would suggest that you please choose a cool place. I mean, preferably indoors because it is in shade, it's not exposed to the sun. But at the same time, you need to be, conscious about a window or a door from which the sunlight will be coming in, and so you are exposed to the sunlight constantly. So that is going to disturb you again. It's going to make you hot, right? Plus, you can also sit under the fan. Either you can have a ceiling fan and sit under it, or you can have a pedestal fan or a table fan, whatever. You can even find an air-conditioned place if it is available to you, if you can afford it. But, all said and done, what I am trying to say is there is nothing wrong in arranging a place that is suitable conducive for doing the meditation. I mean, we should not assume that, it is wrong to look for comforts and all that. Ultimately, what is required is that we need to sit comfortably for 1 hour and do the meditation. Whatever is required for that, you can do that. There is nothing wrong in that. Okay. Like, for example, I keep a bottle of water by my side when I am doing the meditation because I don't want to get up and then go and get the water just to drink it. Just keep a bottle of water by your side. And if you feel thirsty, just open the bottle and drink it, but don't open your eyes. Okay. In the same way, sitting position, try to use a cushion, try to use a mat, a soft mat, so that you can sit longer, you can sit comfortably for a long time. Now, there is nothing wrong in doing all these things. If you carry impressions from others, from other groups that, no, you should not look for comforts. No, where comforts are not available, like for example, in the case of Swamiji or in the case of Ramana Maharshi, they struggled, they suffered, but in spite of that, they did the meditation, right? So for us, those rules don't apply. We can do by whatever means, by whatever mechanism, we can be comfortable, we can arrange that. Whatever we can afford, we can arrange that and then continue the meditation. Doing the meditation is important, right? So that's the answer, Girish.
Thank you. Thank you, Uncle. Any follow-up questions, Girish, you have? Anything to discuss more on that?
No, I got the answer. Thanks, Uncle. Jai
Okay.
Shivabalayogi.
Jai Shivabalayogi. Thanks, Girish. Thank you. With that, I think we have completed 4 questions from Girish, and then moving out for 5th question, which is from Lalit. I don't see Lalit in our group joined today. He might be having some classes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shall I go ahead and
Yeah, Pawan. So
Thank
please
you.
go ahead and ask the question.
Yes, Uncle. This question, I think we all have this question, but again,
Okay.
How does one recognize that one has received Swamiji's blessing in one's life, family, and for family members?
Okay. The question is, how does one recognize? That is, how does one know that he has the blessing for himself and his family? I mean, what are the indications? What are the signs? How do you know that it just happened by itself? Or it happened because of Swamiji's blessings? How do you make out that? So that is the question he's asking, right? How do I recognize that, yes, I had Swamiji's blessings, Swamiji blessed me, and that is why I was successful, or I'm happy, my marriage is good, whatever, right? Now, how do you know that Swamiji's blessings were there or Swamiji helped you? Okay. Lalit, in my opinion, very often, most of the times, it is impossible to make out whether Swamiji has blessed us or not. Okay. Now, that is the truth. That is also the experience, right? But there are a few cases where it is very evident, very clear that Swamiji's blessings are there. Okay. To explain this, I mean, I'm not explaining this, I'm just telling you an incident, an experience of a devotee that happened, which should clarify this specifically for you and others like you, including Pawan, who have not met Swamiji in his lifetime. While Swamiji was not alive, I have not met him. So basically the question is, do I qualify to be a devotee? Will Swamiji bless me or not? I have not seen him. I have not met him. Am I still a devotee or not? Right? So this experience that I'm going to narrate now will totally clarify that point. Okay? So let me begin that. There are actually two brothers. I don't think they are in this group now, but they are in other WhatsApp groups. Okay, their names are Rajesh Walia, the elder brother, and Rakesh Walia, the younger brother. Some of you might know them. They are in our groups and they keep sending messages. And okay, now these two, I mean, they were actually boys when they came to the ashram before Swamiji's Mahasamadhi. So I am talking about like 30 years ago, right? So they had come to Bangalore after seeking permission from Swamiji for their B pharmacy course. People who open medical shops, it is mandatory for them to successfully pass this course, which is called the B pharmacy. They have to get that degree if they want to open a medical shop. Okay. So these two boys uh, asked Swamiji to permit them to stay in the ashram and study that course in Bangalore. So they were there for a couple of years and they successfully completed the course. They got the certificates. Then they returned home to Delhi, where their parents lived. Okay. I mean, I'm telling you this to tell you how close they were to Swamiji. So that will explain what they did next. Okay. So once they returned home to Delhi, this was their plan actually. So they opened a medical shop close to their house. I think it was in an area called Patparganj. I had been there to that house a couple of times, so I know that. So they had opened a medical shop and the business was building up. It was going on. But because of their background, they used to relate to the customers could be patients or patients' relatives, they used to relate to them in a good way, being very polite and kind to them, like that. So once what happened, this incident happened after Swamiji's Mahasamadhi. They studied their B pharmacy before the Mahasamadhi of Swamiji. But this incident that I am talking about happened after the Mahasamadhi, after they returned to Delhi and started a medical shop, and they were working in the medical shop a few years, and then this incident happened. Okay. So it seems one day there was a customer who probably was a regular customer. So he came to their shop and he looked very worried, very tense, and he was buying medicines that were meant for heart attack. Okay. Patients who have heart attack take those specific medicines. Now, these people being uh, B pharmacy graduates, they knew that the medicines were for heart attack, right? So they understood what could be causing the problem. So they inquired from the customer, you look very worried. So can you tell us what is the problem that you are facing? Now that customer happened to be a Muslim. So he said, yes, Bhaiya, my father has had a heart attack. So I took him to the hospital. I admitted him there. The doctors have checked him. Now they say he has to undergo a surgery. So I am worried what will happen, so that is the reason for my worry. Okay. So these two brothers, being devotees of Swamiji, they immediately showed a photograph of Swamiji, which was in their shop itself, on the wall, hanging on the wall. So they showed it to him and said, sir, we are devotees of this Guru. He is our Guruji, Shri Shivabalayogi Maharaj. So if you want, we can give you vibhuti that is blessed by Swamiji, and you can use it for your father. But first tell us whether you are willing to use the vibhuti. If you are willing, then we'll give the vibhuti. Okay. Then, the customer said, please give me the vibhuti. I will use it. I will use it for my father. Then they gave him some vibhuti and they told him how to use the vibhuti. Regular, drink a pinch of it in water, apply the vibhuti on his chest, things like that. So he thanked them and then he went away. Now these boys forgot about it. Probably they are doing this for not just one person, but a few persons. So they forgot about it. After a few days, it seems the same customer returned to the shop and he looked very happy. And he actually brought a packet of sweets for them. Okay. And he gave the sweets to them and then he told them, the surgery has been successful and my father is going to be discharged in a couple of days. So these boys were also very excited. They said, oh, is that so? It's very good news. Thank you, sir, and all that. Then the customer explained to them, I am so happy that you gave me the vibhuti of your Guruji. Then he did a pranam to the photograph of Swamiji and he said, your Guruji accompanied my father when he was being taken into the operation theater, lying on the bed. See, that's what they do, right? The patient is lying on the bed and the bed is rolled into the operation theater, right? So it seems his father told him that there was a saint who accompanied him. He was standing by the head of the bed, he was lying like this on the bed and Swamiji was standing here and Swamiji accompanied him into the operation theater. And he stayed there with the patient throughout the operation, throughout the surgery. This is what the heart attack patient, a Muslim, told his son. So his son came and reported that to Rajesh and Rakesh Walia. Okay. So they were very excited. They were very happy to listen to this. And they said, sir, please come to my home, come to our house. We have an altar of Swamiji there. And we do the prayers and the meditation there. So you can please come there and then you can offer the sweets there to Swamiji. So he said, no, no, I have to go now. But I will do one thing. I will bring my father to your house so that he can have the darshan of Swamiji at the altar. Okay. Now, 2 days later, that customer brought his patient immediately after discharge, after he got discharged from the hospital, directly to the Walia's home. Okay. So this, the altar that they were talking about was actually, I think, on the second floor, not even on the first floor, on the second floor. And they didn't have a lift. Okay. So probably the patient who was a heart attack patient and who had just had surgery, he climbed up the stairs, went to the altar, and as soon as he looked at Swamiji's photograph, he burst into tears. Oh my God, this is the saint who accompanied me into the operation theater. And he is the one who saved me, who made sure that my operation is successful. And Balu, a picture చూపిస్తావా Balu? So on the altar, there was a picture of Swamiji wearing a white shawl. Okay. And this picture that you see on the screen, this was taken in Seattle, Washington, USA. The smiling picture of Swamiji in a white shawl. Okay. This is exactly how that old Muslim man, saw Swamiji accompany him into the operation theater. Okay. So this is an experience. Now, I would like to tell Lalit and also other devotees of Swamiji, probably who are on this group and who are attending the meeting. This old man has never seen Swamiji while Swamiji was alive, right? Forget seeing Swamiji. He didn't even see a photograph of Swamiji until then, right? All that he got was a piece of blessed vibhuti, and his son administered it to him. And merely for that, he could see that Swamiji in an astral form accompanied him into the operation theater and remained there until the operation was over. Okay. So you guys, do you have any doubts that Swamiji will help you? Swamiji will bless you? I understand and agree that you may not be able to see him like that old man saw him. Okay. Every time he gives us his blessings. Even I don't see him like that. But I know he has blessed me so many times. I don't know how many times he blessed me, right? So I just try to be grateful to him as much as I can. Okay, but let's understand that's not going to help him in any way. He's our guru. So he helps us. He gives us blessings. He's not going to get anything in return. Even from our gratitude, he is not going to get anything. It is only our duty to be grateful to him. That's all. Okay. Just want to share another angle to this answer. I chose this example to drive home these points. Okay. Now, if you take my case, or if you take the case of Balakrishna or several other devotees, we are all third generation devotees of Swamiji. Okay. We became Swamiji's devotees because we were born into a family of Swamiji's devotees. We were brought up as Swamiji's devotees. Okay? With pictures in our home, with worship to Swamiji. Just like we worship gods or gods' idols, we worship Swamiji's photos. And this was being done by my parents and my grandparents also. Okay, so naturally what happens is, any problem that you face, immediately you turn to Swamiji. Also, anything and everything that happens, good, you attribute it to Swamiji. Okay, you attribute it to his blessings. Now, do we really know whether it is his blessings or not? There's no way we can say. No, there is no way we can make out. But we are brought up like that. Okay? So that is the reason I chose this example to share, so that that's not a condition for Swamiji. It's not necessary that you should be a third generation devotee or a second generation devotee for him to come and help you or bless you. He will bless everybody and anybody who approaches him, who uses his vibhuti, okay? Who takes a photograph of Swamiji, keeps it at home, worships it every day. Swamiji is there with them. Swamiji is protecting them, helping them, blessing them all the time. Okay? We can be sure about it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Uncle. Thank you. I do have so many experiences, Swamiji helping me. I know that.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Uncle.
Yeah.
Yes, Uncle. Okay, moving to the next question, Uncle. This is from Shri. She's from East Godavari district. We all know Shri. She's again a third generation devotee, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she asked, this is a follow-up question for the last time Satsang also we had one question from Vaishnavi. Like,
Is he there in the meeting?
I see her. She is
Hello?
there, Uncle. She is there.
So can you please allow her to ask the question?
Yes, Uncle. Yeah.
So you can give the background, Pawan.
Yes. So this is the last time what Uncle has explained, which Vaishnavi asked a question to us, like many yogis who did tapas experienced illness before they left their physical body. So had Swamiji discussed or talked about this any time? So Uncle has beautifully explained it very well with so many examples and the visuals shown by Balu, where Swamiji was lying in the bed, very weak, having dialysis gone through and all. And Swamiji explained that somebody has to do tapas to get
Yeah.
his body renewed. And then for that, again, Yashodaka went ahead and said that I can do the tapas for Swamiji's recovery. But then Swamiji said there is another person who is not willing to do it. So that's again, that raised another question with Siri. So Siri, from there, can you continue with your questions? So what you're asking as a follow-up to that?
Sri, you please ask it the way.
Namaste, uncle.
Namaste, Sri.
Yeah, uncle. Thanks for your wonderful sessions. Yeah,
Okay.
my question is Lord Shiva is Swamiji's guru, right? But why
Yeah.
Lord Shiva did not protect or heal Swamiji when he was ill?
Yeah.
Can you please explain, uncle?
Yeah. So her question is, Lord Shiva is Swamiji's guru, right? And he has helped Swamiji when his health went bad while he was doing the tapas. When poisonous snakes bit him and he fell unconscious because of the poison, that time also Lord Shiva came and saved him, right? So, such a guru, Lord Shiva, who has all the power, why did not he save Swamiji when he was suffering from kidney failure, from diabetes, resulting in kidney failure, and he was struggling a lot? Why did not Lord Shiva save him? Why was it necessary, as Swamiji told us, for a devotee of Swamiji to again perform tapas, please Lord Shiva, and then ask for a boon from Lord Shiva to cure Swamiji? Okay, now this I have to say is a very intelligent question. I think it is obvious to all of you also. Okay, so why did not Lord Shiva save Swamiji? Why should another devotee again perform tapas and then ask Lord Shiva to cure Swamiji? Okay. Now, Sri, I don't have an answer to this question, Amma. Frankly, okay, I don't have an answer to this question. I don't know why Lord Shiva did not help Swamiji, did not heal him. But I'll just share with you an incident that happened in Ramakrishna's life. Okay, that will just throw a little more light on this subject. Okay, I think it will give us a hint. I'm not sure, but let me tell you that. No, this is there in Ramakrishna's books. I read it from one of the books. Okay, I'll just share that incident with you. See, we all know, and we discussed it also last week, that even Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was extremely sick. He had throat cancer. Okay. Now, as the cancer progressed, he could not even swallow solid food. So he had to take only liquid diet. Okay. And he was struggling with a lot of pain also. So the devotees who were watching this, they felt very bad about it. And one of them once had an idea. So he directly asked Ramakrishna, "Sir, you talk to Kali Ma, right? Kalika Devi, who is a goddess. And Ramakrishna considered her to be his mother. Why don't you go and ask her to heal you?" And do you know what answer Ramakrishna gave? He said, "Yes, I asked Kali Ma to heal me. I told her, Ma, I am struggling so much. I have throat pain, severe pain in the throat. I am unable to swallow anything at all. So I am unable to eat any food, solid food. I only have to take liquid diet. So I am unable to eat anything. Please help me." And then Ramakrishna told his devotees. It seems Kalika Devi asked him, "Why do you have to eat through your mouth? You are eating through so many mouths." So she was actually referring to his devotees. So many of his devotees, Kalika Devi told him, "You are eating through so many mouths. Why do you have to eat through your mouth still?" This is the answer that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa told his devotees. Okay. Now, if that helps you understand why Lord Shiva did not save Swamiji, or whether Swamiji asked Lord Shiva, and I don't know what reply Lord Shiva gave Swamiji. That's all, Amma. I just wanted to share this story. I'm sorry, I don't have an answer to your question. Okay. If there is anybody else who can answer the question, I would welcome them to please answer the question of Sri. Anyone who is okay, Sri. Yeah, go ahead.
Dipendra Singh has raised his hand.
Dipendra Singh.
Yes, Dipendra Singh.
Balu, will you please unmute him, Balu?
ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂಕಲ್.
ಓಕೆ. ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೈಲೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಥವಾ ಹೆಂಗೆ?
Depends. Yes.
Hello, Bhai.
Bhaiya, namaskar.
Namaskar, Bhaiya. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Are you able to?
Go ahead.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Bhaiya, throughout spiritual history, there are indications of various saints taking on the bad karmas of their devotees
Yeah.
onto themselves, that
Yeah.
to help them in their sadhana and to help them progress in their sadhana, they take up the bad karmas. You look at Nisargadatta Maharaj, he also had a cancer.
Yeah.
You look at Bhagwan Raman Maharaj, who had a cancer.
Yeah.
Bhagwan Ramakrishna had a cancer, and other great sages also. And Swamiji himself suffered like these great saints.
Yeah.
So there is, towards the terminal end of the sage's life, they take on bad karmas of their devotees so that their devotees can make progress in their sadhana.
Okay.
So that is one of the reasons we find throughout in the lives of all the great saints.
Yeah, Bhaiya.
This is what I like to say,
Okay.
highlight.
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah. So there were some devotees also who believed that Swamiji is taking over the karma of his devotees. And that's why he was suffering. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you,
Yes.
Bhaiya.
There is one question which is in the chat also, Uncle. Can you please
Yeah.
share Guru Mantra, sir? This is from Katir Velu. N. Katir Velu.
No, what's the question, Pawan?
Can you please share Guru Mantra? If there is any,
Yeah. Now this is in the WhatsApp, is it?
from the Zoom chat.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So it's in the Zoom chat.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Balu, can you please ask him to give that, send that question to us from his number, and then we can, I mean, you can give your number or my number, the WhatsApp number, and ask him to share the question, and we can reply to him, Balu.
Okay, Uncle.
Okay. So right now, I mean, if he's there in the Zoom meeting, then I would like to just tell him that Swamiji, when he initiated people into meditation, he never gave a mantra. Swamiji did not give a mantra at the time of initiation. Okay. Now, when we asked him that gurus do give mantras to their devotees or disciples, then how come Swamiji doesn't give any mantra? So to that, Swamiji's answer was, if the devotee requires a mantra, he needs a mantra to continue his sadhana, he will get the mantra in the meditation itself. Okay. So just take the initiation, start practicing the meditation, and as you do the meditation, if you need the mantra, you will get the mantra in the meditation itself. Otherwise, you can just continue to do the meditation. Now, he also explained it in this way, that he said, let us say there is a devotee of Lord Sri Rama. So he comes to Swamiji and he says, Swamiji, please initiate me into dhyana or sadhana. And because Swamiji is a devotee of Lord Shiva, I mean, Lord Shiva was his guru, right? So if he gives a mantra of Lord Shiva to this devotee, to this person who is devoted to Lord Rama, then there will be an unnecessary confusion in his mind, I am a devotee of Lord Rama, and Swamiji is asking me to do the mantra, chant the mantra of Lord Shiva. So how can I do it? He'll be in confusion. So Swamiji says to avoid that, because devotees of all gods come to him, devotees of all gurus come to him. Okay. So he says, I don't give a mantra to anybody. If the person needs a mantra, he will get it in his meditation. So then there is no confusion, because you received it in the meditation, right? You did not receive it from a living person like Swamiji. So that doubt is not there. You think, yeah, that mantra is for me. So you will do the mantra. You will chant the mantra. So this is the reason Swamiji did not give a mantra at the time of initiation. Okay. But if the devotee gets a mantra in the dhyan, in the meditation, he is encouraged to chant that, chant or do the japa of that mantra while doing the meditation. Okay? Yeah. Thank you for asking the question.
Thank you so much for addressing that, Uncle.
Yeah.
Moving forward for the other question, what we have, we are on this question number 7. I hope this is also from Siri.
No, this is
No, okay. Okay,
from
Uncle.
Vaishnavi.
Vaishnavi, okay, Uncle. I don't, let me see if she's on the call today. If not, I'll go ahead and ask her.
No, she tells
Please.
me that she is busy with her work.
Okay. Yes, Uncle. Last time
She
also
won't be able to
she
join.
sent
Yeah.
that message. So,
Yeah. So
okay.
you go ahead and ask the question.
Sure, Uncle. Oh, okay, Uncle. So yeah, the question from Vaishnavi, she asked that if great tapasvis are beyond fear of death and body identification,
Yeah.
how should we understand their consciousness to use of Kayakalpa to sustain their bodies during long tapas? Is it purely for completing a spiritual purpose, or is there a deep significance behind maintaining the body even after such detachment?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, Pawan. Thanks. Now, I'll just put the question in my words, that's all, to be more clear. So what Vaishnavi is asking is, we know that yogis have no fear of death, right? That is a qualification for a person to become a yogi. If you are afraid of death, then you cannot be a yogi. Okay? So they are not afraid of death. That is the first point. The second point is, they don't identify themselves with the physical body, you know? Like, I think I am this physical body, okay? And you all think you are the physical bodies. But a yogi doesn't think so. He doesn't identify himself with the physical body. If that is true, if that is how yogis are, then why do they undergo the Kayakalpa treatment? What is the Kayakalpa treatment? Now, there was a devotee, I think, from the US who was interested in Kayakalpa. Is he there in the session, Balu?
It is full, I believe, if I remember. I think he's there.
Yeah, Phil, I think, right? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, it's being recorded, so he can listen to this. I mean, he asked me the question about Kayakalpa. So I told him that I will be addressing this question in this session and he can listen to that. And he can ask us if he has any questions after I explain this, okay? Now, the first thing I want to tell Vaishnavi is just a correction in her question. In her question, she mentions that she implies that they have done the Kayakalpa during their tapas. Now, to the extent I know, that is not the case. Meaning, yes, yogis have done Kayakalpa, yogis do Kayakalpa, but they don't do it during tapas. Okay? The two cases that I know of are that of Tapasviji Maharaj and Shivabalayogi Maharaj, my guru. Okay? So, they have not done the Kayakalpa during their tapas. They did it after the tapas. Both Tapasviji Maharaj as well as Shivabalayogi Maharaj. Okay, so that is just a clarification, correction in the question. Yes. Now, so the answer to the question is yes. See, because of the long, arduous tapas that they perform, their health suffers. Right? So to recover from that health, they undergo the Kayakalpa treatment. Okay, but to answer your question, what I want to point out is, earlier I had explained that yogis don't use the power that they obtain from tapas, what is called tapas shakti, to heal themselves. Okay? And that is correct. See, Kayakalpa is not utilization of tapas shakti. No. Kayakalpa can be done by people who have not done tapas also. They don't need tapashakti to do it. Okay? It is just a medical treatment that is given to people to recover their health. And actually, it is supposed to rejuvenate. Okay? In the sense that, an 80-year-old person or a 60-year-old person, if he does the Kayakalpa, his body will change in such a way, will transform in such a way that it is now 20 years younger. Okay? Now, this is what Kayakalpa is. But this does not involve the use or employment of tapashakti in any way. Okay? Purely a medical treatment course. You are given a medicine. Let me describe that in detail, okay? The person is made to stay in a room which is dark because they are not supposed to expose themselves to even sunlight. Okay? So the room is darkened. I mean, if it is specifically constructed for that purpose, it won't have any windows from wherein the light can come in. And even the door will have a dark curtain across it, so the outside light doesn't come in. And they're not supposed to expose themselves to even breeze from outside. Okay, so they cannot have a window during the night and enjoy the breeze that comes in through the window. No, they are not supposed to do that. Okay, so you are sitting in a dark room where there is no breeze, no air. I mean, there is air, of course, but there is no breeze, such, for your comfort. And you are allowed to drink water as much as you want and milk, nothing else. Okay? Meaning no other drink. No tea, no coffee, no juice, nothing else. Okay? And you are allowed to eat a medicine, a herbal medicine, which is called Chavanprash. The Chavanprash that is available in the market, it had become very popular a few years ago. That is exactly the medicine that is eaten by the people who are undergoing the Kayakalpa. Okay? It is made from gooseberries. Racha Usirikaya is what we say in Telugu. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಬಾಲು?
ಬೆಟ್ಟದ ನೆಲ್ಲಿಕಾಯಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂಕಲ್.
ನಲ್ಲಿಕಾಯಿ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಬೆಟ್ಟದ ನೆಲ್ಲಿಕಾಯಿ.
ಬೆಟ್ಟದ ನಲ್ಲಿಕಾಯಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇನೆ. So it is like the wild gooseberry. Okay, the round, it's not a fruit, or I don't know what to say. It's extremely sour and it is supposed to contain a lot of vitamin C. The main ingredient is that. Okay, plus they have other herbs also added to that. So the medicine, the Chavanprash, is made out of that. Okay, and they add honey also to that. Now, the person who is undergoing the Kayakalpa, he is not supposed to eat anything else at all. Okay, he is supposed to eat only Chavanprash, nothing else. And the minimum duration that I heard for doing a Kayakalpa is 48 days. Okay, so for 48 days, that person is expected to remain isolated, alone, right? All by himself, within a darkened room, no breeze inside, no light inside, not even an electric light or a lamp. No. Total darkness. Okay? He is not supposed to come out for 48 days. Minimum. I heard that Tapasviji Maharaj did it for even much longer than that. Okay? Now, so ordinary people like us, if we are put in a dark room and we don't have anything to do, there is not even light. So what are you going to do? You cannot read a book. You're not supposed to watch TV or anything like that. Okay. So what are you going to do? You will go mad. Okay. Whereas a person who is doing spiritual sadhana, he can do the dhyan, meditation during that time. Okay. So he'll spend all his time in meditation, silently, in isolation by himself. He won't do anything else. He won't go out. He won't walk. No exercise, no exposure to light. So only a person who has practiced meditation can do it easily. The others will struggle to do it. Okay. You are not even supposed to comb your hair. Okay. You're not supposed to shave yourself. But it will have excellent results. As I said, you will become 20 years younger, provided you do all of this, and the medicine has to be correct. The medicine has to be administered by somebody who knows the Kayakalpa treatment as well as how to make the medicine. Okay. So let me conclude by saying that the yogis do this so that their health will improve, and either they can continue their sadhana for a longer time, or they can continue their mission, that is, service to the people, for a longer time. Not to enjoy life for a longer time. Okay. I mean, yogis don't enjoy life like we do, right? They are only serving people. So they will have to serve people for a longer time if they do Kayakalpa and their health improves. Okay. Again, to repeat my answer, this does not utilize tapashakti in any way. It is a medical treatment. That's all. Okay. So that is the reason Swamiji also did it. Tapasviji Maharaj also did it. Okay, Pawan. So
Yes,
does
sir.
anyone have any other questions related to this?
Yeah, we can, if you want to have any follow-up question, I'll discuss more on that. Yeah.
Raise your hand and చెప్పండి Pawan.
Can you raise your hand, Phil? If Let me see if yeah. Okay. Okay. Phil says claps, but I think but he's satisfied with the answer. And no more questions, I believe, with
Okay.
that, Phil. If you have questions, please raise your hand, Phil. Excellent. Okay. Okay. Girish have raised.
Yeah. Yeah, Girish, go ahead, please.
Not a question. Like you always used to tell, like Swamiji used to give example saying that a government official cannot take the funds to make use for himself. So I can't uh, like use my tapashakti to clear my.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
used to tell that joke, like Swamiji used to joke saying that a government employee cannot take the funds from government to cure himself.
No, that's not a joke or a story from Swamiji. I use that example, to explain how a yogi is not supposed to use the tapashakti, that is the power that he got from God, for himself. So there I used to give the example of, say, a collector of a district, right? Now, the collector of a district in our Indian government system, he gets a lot of funds, okay, allocated for his district, the district that he is governing, okay, and for different purposes in that. It could be for education, for irrigation, for electricity, for transport, for roads and all that. He gets crores of rupees, millions of dollars. But he is not supposed to use any of that for his own sake, right? So that was the example I'm trying to give. I was trying to give you, Girish. Like he gets millions of dollars, but he is not supposed to use even a small fraction of that money, because it is government money, for his sake. that is for his family or his wife or his children, he cannot use that money. The difference is the government servant or the collector, he gets a monthly salary, so he can spend out of the salary for his personal uh, expenditure, okay? But he cannot use the government money, which is supposed to be for the development of the district. That he cannot use it for his family, okay? If he does that, then we say he's a corrupt officer, okay? So I used to give that example to make people understand why the power that is obtained or the blessings that are obtained from God cannot be used by a yogi for his personal sake. Okay? Yeah. Like, the other example I can give you is there are a number of devotees in Bangalore who have become very prosperous with Swamiji's blessings. Okay? But Swamiji remained poor right until the end. Okay? I mean, there were days when the devotees in the ashram used to find it difficult to have food twice a day. Okay? He remains so poor. He did not get any money, or he did not make the ashram rich or the trust rich so that the devotees can be fed and he can be fed. No. Only whatever the devotees gave to him directly, not to the trust. If it is given to the trust, then he won't touch it. He won't utilize that. If it is given to him separately, only that money he can use for himself. Okay. This is what Swamiji used to do. Yeah. Yeah, Girish. I hope that is clear.
Okay. Uncle, there is one more question from Zoom as well as YouTube, I
Ah,
think.
yeah,
So
go ahead.
he's asking, can we do Kechari Mudra, which will enable a person to go deep into meditation? Can we do the same while doing meditation?
Uh, I don't know what that mudra is. Actually, I don't know any of the mudras, Pawan, so I won't be able to answer the question or help this person in any way. Okay.
Thank you, Uncle. Yes, I thought so. Okay, thank you, Uncle. Being said that, we'll be moving to the next question, Uncle.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next question is from Manohar.
Yeah.
Let's see Manohar if he's online today. If he's there, then it's better that he asks. Let me see quickly. I don't see him. Okay, let me go ahead and ask. So this question is from Manohar, Bangalore.
Yeah.
If Swamiji were to assume another physical form after several decades or centuries, how would devotees or disciples be able to recognize and receive him again as their guru? The explanation is while answering this question from Manohar last Saturday in the last satsang, Jagdish uncle said that we'll take up the story of one of these few devotees who Swamiji disclosed, where either his devotees in their earlier births are connected to one of the Swamiji's earlier incarnations. So Jagdish uncle will narrate the story of another such devotees in this session. Yes, uncle. So we all remember that you have explained
Okay.
about your grandfather, and then we thought really like we left in middle actually that time. So here's
Okay.
and then we'll be happy to hear more about that, uncle. Thank
Yeah.
you. Go
I'll
ahead.
just try to complete that and then we'll go to the story of another devotee, Pawan. Okay.
Sure, uncle. Thank you.
Okay. So the last week, I told you about how Tapasviji Maharaj came to Swamiji. Okay. Now, I would like to just add to that Swamiji told us that Tapasviji Maharaj is born again. Okay. I mean, many of you may know that Tapasviji Maharaj took Mahasamadhi in the year 1955, even while Swamiji was doing his tapas, when he was facing the west direction and doing the tapas, at that time, Tapasviji Maharaj took Mahasamadhi. Okay. So, Swamiji told us, I mean, actually, this Tapaswiji Maharaj was born as the grandson of Mataji. Who is Mataji? Maharani Kailas Kumari Devi, whom Swamiji used to call as Mataji. Okay. Now, Tapaswiji Maharaj was born as her grandson. Okay. As the son of her daughter. So her daughter's name is Rajmata Brajsri Devi, and her husband's name was Ripudaman Singh. Okay. So to them, Tapaswiji Maharaj was born, and he was given a name of Aridaman Singh. Okay. He is now called Raja Mahendra Aridaman Singh Badawar. Okay. He is now a politician and also an MLA in Uttar Pradesh. He is an MLA from an area called BAH in Agra. Okay, for that constituency, he is the MLA. So this is the picture of Tapaswiji Maharaj as he is today. Sri Aridaman Singh Badawar. Okay. So Swamiji told his mother that he was Tapaswiji Maharaj in his earlier life. Okay. Now, a couple of interesting things. One is Swamiji used to go to his house when he was a little child. Okay. His father, who was the son-in-law of Mataji, he used to invite Swamiji to his palace, which was called the Badawar House in Agra. So whenever Swamiji used to go to Dehradun during the summers every year, he used to spend a few days at the Badawar House in Agra. And Tapaswiji Maharaj was actually growing up as a child there in that house. Okay. But what is surprising is his grandmother, Mataji, Srimati Kailas Kumari Devi, she became a devotee of Swamiji only in the year 1965. Okay. But Tapaswiji Maharaj was born as her grandson in the year 1957. Okay. Now that is how Tapaswiji Maharaj again became a devotee of Swamiji in this lifetime also. Okay. But I don't know how to explain that. Even before Mataji meets Swamiji, Tapaswiji Maharaj already has taken birth as her grandson. And then she becomes a devotee of Swamiji. And that has no connection. It is not that this boy, Tapaswiji Maharaj, brought his grandmother to Swamiji. No, it didn't happen like that. Okay. She became a devotee of Swamiji. I'll try to explain that, how she became a devotee of Swamiji in another session. Okay. And because he was her grandson, he also became a devotee of Swamiji, along with several of their family members. All her children, all her grandchildren. I mean, probably I should not say all, to be technically correct. I should say most of her children and most of her grandchildren were all Swamiji's devotees, close devotees. Okay. So that is what I wanted to share about Tapaswiji Maharaj. Now, last week I also discussed about the story of how my grandfather, whose name was Garaga Narasimhamurthi, he was a Tehsildar, and he came to Swamiji because he dreamt, in a dream, he saw Satyaraju calling him to come and assist him. So that is how he came to Swamiji and became a devotee of Swamiji. Okay. Now this is the photograph of my grandfather. Okay. Now, what Swamiji revealed is that my grandfather was a gardener at the temple in Dakshineshwar where Ramakrishna Paramahamsa lived. Okay. So during Ramakrishna's time, my grandfather was a gardener there. Okay. Now, as we know, Rani Rasmani Devi, she is the one who owned the temple. I think she is the one who built the temple and installed the idols also in the temple. And she employed Ramakrishna's brother actually as a priest in the temple. Ramakrishna was also serving as a priest in that temple, and his sadhana started there. Okay. Now, during that time, when Ramakrishna lived, it seems my grandfather, I don't know what his name was in those days, it seems he was a gardener there. Okay. And one day when he met Ramakrishna, it seems Ramakrishna asked him, "Are you doing any meditation?" So it seems my grandfather in that lifetime, he replied, "Swami, I don't get any time to meditate at all. I have to work throughout the day and I go to sleep at night, so I don't get any time to do dhyan, to meditate." Ramakrishna said, "Oh, you can do the meditation in the night. That's all." So from that day, ರಮೇಶ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀನ್ರೆ, ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕರಿತೀನಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಓಕೆ. It seems from that day onwards, when Ramakrishna told him that he could meditate at night, my grandfather, the gardener, every day, during the day, he would work in the garden, and during the night, he would do the meditation. What I am told is he would do the meditation throughout the night. So whatever sleep he got was in the meditation itself. He didn't lie down and sleep like us. That is how he spent the rest of his life. Okay. So again, he came back in this lifetime as the Tahsildar, and Satyaraju called him to help him. Okay. So just another point here. My grandfather was employed as a gardener in his previous lifetime by the son-in-law. I think he was the second son-in-law of Rani Rasmani Devi by the name of Madhur Babu. So he was managing the ashram and all the premises there, okay, the garden and all that. As I remember, Rani Rasmani Devi did not have any sons. She only had 3 daughters. So this son-in-law, Madhur Babu, he used to take care of the ashram, the management of the temples and all that. Okay. Just remember the name Madhur Babu. We'll come to that again in this session itself. Okay. Now, so that's what I wanted to tell. I mean, I wanted to tell this last week itself during the session, but I didn't get the time. So I'm trying to complete that now. Okay. So we heard the story of Tapasviji Maharaj, and we heard the story of Narasimhamurti, the Tahsildar, both of whom saw Swamiji in their dream or in their vision. Okay. And that's how they came to Satyaraju, searching for him, looking for him. Okay. Now I'm going to share the story of another person, another devotee, who was a devotee in his previous birth also. Okay. Now, this is from the time of Kabir Das. I think you all know him. He was considered a poet and also a saint. Okay, a kind of a revolutionary saint. He would not go along with all the people who are considered pious and all that. He was independent. So this story is about Kabir Das. Okay. So his profession, like that of Satyaraju, that is Swamiji in his childhood, was also weaving. So he was also a weaver by profession, and he was also extremely poor. Okay. But in spite of being poor, he followed a principle that he would invite people, saints, who would come to the place where he stayed. I think it is called now Varanasi, Kashi, we say, right? In those days, probably it had a different name. So he lived in that city, and he used to invite saints who come to Kashi to his house, and he used to serve them and also feed them. Make sure that they are not hungry. Okay. Now, as I'm telling you, he was very poor. So he really could not afford to feed these saints. Okay. But still, he used to do that with whatever meager income he had. So every time he invited a saint to his house to have a meal, he would go to a rich grain merchant close by, and he would buy the grains and other groceries from that merchant. Okay. Now, as time passed, he started taking credit because he didn't have any money with him. But still he continued to invite saints to his house. And when there were no grains in his house, no groceries in his house, he would again go and beg the merchant to give him loan, to give him those grains on credit, promising that he will clear the credit. He will clear the debt later on. Okay. So that is how he continued to feed the saints whom he invited to his house. Now, slowly the debt grew because he was not clearing it. He didn't have enough income to clear it. So the debt kept on piling up. And the merchant was creating trouble for him. He said, how long can I keep on giving you credit like this? The credit is increasing and you are not clearing the credit. So I cannot continue to do this for long. You will have to give me the money. So this kept going on. Now it seems Kabir Das' wife was a very beautiful lady. Okay. Now this merchant's eyes fell on that lady and he developed a desire for her. Okay. Now it so happened that once Kabir Das invited some saints to his house and he asked his wife to prepare food for them. Okay. So his wife told him that no, there are no grains in the house. I cannot feed these people. I don't have the grains. So he again went to the merchant and begged him to give him more grain. The merchant said, no, I cannot because already there is a lot of debt. You need to clear the debt before I can give you any more credit. Okay. He said, no, but today the saints are already at my home and the food has to be prepared still. There is no grain in the house. There are no groceries in the house. Okay, so please give me some grain now. Don't complain about the debt and all that. We'll look into it later on. Please give me. He said, no, I cannot give you any more debt. I cannot give you any more grain on credit. So this went on. Kabir Das kept begging him. So finally, the grain merchant told him, okay, I will give you more grain on credit on one condition. So Kabir had no option but to tell him, okay, tell me what the condition is because I am desperate. Those people those saints are waiting in my house. I have to take the grains from you and go and give them to my wife. She has to cook the grains, prepare them a meal, and then only I can feed them. I cannot leave them hungry like this. So I am agreeable to any condition that you set. Then that merchant said, see, the condition is this. You have to send your wife to my home tonight. Only if you satisfy that condition, to agree to that condition, I will give you more grain and credit. So Kabir Das was shocked that the merchant made such a indecent request. Not a request, right? I mean, he imposed a condition on him, and such an indecent condition. But he thought about it. He was very shocked, and he had no alternative. So he said, "Okay, I give my word. I'll send my wife to you tonight. Please give me the grain." Okay. So the merchant happily, because he has agreed to the condition, the merchant happily gave whatever grain, whatever groceries Kabir Das needed for that day, Kabir Das asked for, he gave all of that to Kabir Das. Okay. So Kabir Das carried the grain home. He gave it to his wife and asked her to prepare the meal. She prepared the meal, and the guests, the saints, were fed. And after the saints left, Kabir Das then disclosed to his wife, saying that the merchant wants you to come to his house tonight. Okay, and I had no option. So I agreed, and then I gave him my word that, yes, I will send my wife to you this night. She was extremely shocked by that. She started arguing with him. How can you do this? It is such an indecent thing. How can you agree to send your wife to him at night? So then that argument continued for a while. And finally, Kabir Das told his wife, see, that fellow, out of his ignorance, he has developed a desire for your body. What is there? After all, it's just your body, right? So why are you making a big issue of this? I gave my word. So please, to honor my word, you please go to him tonight. Okay? Now, the merchant on his part was very happy that his desire is going to be fulfilled that night. So he went home, he had a bath, he dressed himself up very well, he decorated himself with a lot of ornaments, sprayed perfumes over himself, and was waiting for Kabir Das' wife to come to his house so that he can enjoy a good night. Okay, and as he saw Kabir Das' wife approaching his house, he went out to receive her. But as soon as he saw her, she looked like the goddess mother, Devi, to him. Okay? So suddenly he was shocked and surprised and fell at her feet, prostrated to her, and said, Mother, I am so sorry I made such a big mistake. Please forgive me. Okay? Then he kept begging her, falling at her feet and crying with tears in his house. And he himself led her back to Kabir's house and fell at Kabir's feet and told him, Sir, I'm so very sorry. I apologize for having asked you for this indecent act. Okay, so please forgive me if you can. Okay, so that merchant was totally transformed with this experience. And since then, he became a devotee of Kabir Das. Okay. So that is the story. Now, what Swamiji revealed to us was that merchant was the one who was born as Mathur Babu during the time of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Okay. Now, as you all may know, Kabir Das is an earlier incarnation of Swamiji, one of the earlier incarnations of Swamiji, just as Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is. Okay. So, during Kabir Das' time, that person was a merchant, and I just narrated his story. And during the life of Ramakrishna, that is when Swamiji was Ramakrishna, he was born and was married to, he was born and named as Mathur Babu and was married to Rani Rasmuni Devi's daughter. Okay. So that's how he came to manage the Dakshineshwar temple, and he used to take very good care of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Okay. There is an incident where actually Ramakrishna Paramahamsa touches him and gives him trance, okay, which they call as ecstasy. Okay. I'll come to that later on. But this is the story of Kabir Das and the merchant. And the merchant was again born as Mathur Babu. Okay. Now what I'm going to reveal to you is Mathur Babu was born as Gopanna during Swamiji's lifetime. Okay. Now, which Gopanna am I referring to? I am referring to Kommireddy Gopanna of Kakinada. Okay. Now, he was the first secretary of Shri Shivabalayogi Maharaj Trust, Adivarapupeta. Okay. It was under his management that the temple renovation happened, the guest house was built, and the Dhyan Mandir and Swamiji's Samadhi were also built under his management. Okay. Now, it so happened that his parents, and I think even his grandfather and an uncle, were devotees of Swamiji. Okay. So that is how he became a devotee of Swamiji. Okay. Now, Manohar is not there, but here is another story of another person who became a devotee of Swamiji. Okay, but in a very different way. Okay, the connection was very different. Okay, you see the connection in Kabir's life, and then the connection in Ramakrishna's life, and then the connection in Shivabalayogi's life. Okay, so such changes are there. I heard other stories also like that. We'll share another story as an answer to that question in the next session. Okay. Now it's past 8:30, so I'll have to close the session. I wanted to take up another question, but I think it'll have to wait for the next session. Okay. Now, as I told you last week, I am closing the formal session at this time because it is past 8:30 now. But I will be available online in the same Zoom meeting until 9 o'clock. So if anyone else has any questions, we can discuss those. Any other points, anything else that you want to ask. But I don't want to continue the formal or official satsang beyond 8:30. Okay, Pawan?
Thank you, Uncle. Sure, Uncle.
Yeah.
With that, we are open to have an open discussion. This is, I think, a very good opportunity to directly talk to Uncle and have our direct questions or any open discussion. Anybody would want to talk can raise their hand.
Jagadish.
Chandra.
This is the space that I think you're perfectly tuned to the rest of us. Like, this space is good. As you was mentioning that you needed to slow down. I think this is fantastic.
Okay,
And
Chandra. Thank you very much. Yeah,
I really
Chandra. So this
enjoyed.
is
I
the pace
really, yeah, yeah.
at which I want to go. I mean, I like to go at this pace. That's all.
For this, we can go on forever, okay? Without
Yeah.
Kayakalpas as well.
Thanks, Chandra.
Thank
It's
you.
all with
Swami
Swamiji's
Maharaj.
blessings. Okay. So with
Yeah,
his
you
grace,
definitely have.
we can
Right.
continue the satsang.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. Yogi Maharaj ki.
Jai.
Right. Thank you.
Okay.
Anyone else, Pawan?
Yeah. Is it Vivian Chen? Hello. Hi, Chen. Anybody else?
Anna, question based on today's session.
Yeah, Vijaya. Go
Uh,
ahead, Vijaya.
you told about the story of this Madhur Babu,
Yeah.
and he was a merchant,
Yeah.
and he was a bad merchant.
No, as a merchant, he was a merchant, okay?
No, but he had bad.
No, he had a bad desire. That's
Yeah.
right.
But then why did God, so many nice people were there, why did he alone get blessing to be become a favorite of Kabir Das that time, and then Ramakrishna? Like, I mean, so many bad people are there, good people are there, but one bad person gets blessings and good people don't get blessings.
Okay, Amma. So let me address that to the extent that I know, okay? See, we are saying that merchant is or was bad, right?
Hmm.
But then what you're forgetting is that merchant was transformed completely because of the vision that he had of Devi, okay, in the form of Kabir's wife. See, we cannot forget the transformation, right?
We
So,
can't, but see, transformation also comes through grace. Why one bad person got such a nice grace while good people, so many nice good people are there, they did not get grace.
okay, Amma. See, I am laughing because as you ask the question, I think of something. That's why I'm laughing, okay? Have you heard about the benefits of satsang?
Yes or no? That's what we are getting
Right?
out from you.
Yeah. So, see, it's the association of the merchant with Kabir Das. See, as a merchant, he would have been associated with so many people, right? He would have sold the grains to so many people. He would have bought the grains from so many people. That didn't help. That didn't transform him. What transformed him was his association with Kabir Das.
How many people would have come in contact with Kabir Das? So many would have come.
Of
But
course, yes, ma, and so many of them could have got transformed, like it happened with Ramakrishna, like it happened with Swamiji also,
okay.
right? No, see, there are stories about that. It reminds me of the story of Satsang.
Hmm.
Okay, I can discuss the story if you want now. Shall I?
Yes, Karna. If
Okay.
anyone has questions, you can answer them otherwise. No problem.
Sorry.
Somebody else may be having questions. You can take
So
them.
just check. No, but nobody has expressed a question now.
Okay.
So let me go ahead with this.
Hmm.
I mean, see, this may not be a true story, but it is a story to explain a concept to us. Okay? It's a story of the importance or the effect of satsang. What is satsang? It is the association of good people. Literally, it means that. Satsang. Sat means good people. Sang means association, right? So the story is about that. That's all. About the benefits of satsang. Okay. The story, it seems, is once sage Narada. As we know, he is a devotee of Lord Vishnu, right? So it seems he went to Lord Vishnu and asked him, "My Lord, I heard that satsang has lots of benefits. Okay, it is there in the scriptures, it's there in the Vedas. So can you please explain to me what satsang is?" So Narayana told him, "Oh no, Narada, you don't know the benefits of satsang?" He said, "Sorry, sir, but uh, I want to learn from you. So please tell me what are the benefits of satsang and how does it happen?" So Narayana told him, "Okay, because you say you don't know the effect of satsang or the benefit of satsang, you go to the Mrityuloka, that is our world, the earth, our world." And then he pointed out a particular tree in a forest, in a particular forest. So Narayana explained to him the exact location of that tree. Okay. Now, he said, in the trunk of that tree, there are lots of insects, little insects. Okay. And then he identified a particular insect. Now, how did Narayana do that? I don't know. Okay. And then he told the identity of that insect to Narada and said, "You go and ask that insect. The insect will tell you, you go and ask the insect." So that's all Narayana told him. Now, Narayana was his guru, his God. So Narada had to obey him. So he started off from Vaikuntha and then he came to the earth, our world. So while he was coming here and he thought, "Oh my God, I went to Narayana and asked him what is the benefit of satsang. So he is now sending me to an insect which is living inside the trunk of a tree along with probably a million other insects." No, I mean, had he asked me to go to some other guru or somebody who can explain to me the effect of that, I would have appreciated it. But what can the insect teach me? Anyway, it's my guru's order, so I have to obey my guru's order. He went to the forest, he identified the tree, he identified the insect there, and then because he has come to beg for knowledge, okay, he folded his hands and said, "Oh, insect, please tell me what are the benefits of satsang." Suddenly the insect died. So this fellow, Narada, was wondering, what happened? I asked it a question and it died. So, okay, my God asked me to ask the insect, and that is the correct insect I have identified. And I asked it the question and it died. What to do? So again he went to Vaikuntha. Again he approached Lord Narayana and reported, "Swami, I went to that insect and I asked the question. Immediately it died. It did not answer my question. So, oh, is that so? Has the insect died?" Okay, now again he gave a location, a village, a farmer, and he said there is a cow in the farmer's farm. That cow is about to deliver a calf. Okay? So go and ask the calf, what are the benefits of satsang? Again, this fellow thought, what is this Narayana? He asked me to go to the insect and ask the insect, what are the benefits of satsang? The insect has died. Now next he is asking me to go to that unborn calf. It is still yet to be born. So I have to go there and ask the calf. So he went there. He identified the village, the farmer, his farm, the cow. And as Narayana told him, that cow was about to deliver a calf. So he waited patiently for the calf to be delivered. And after the calf was delivered, he approached the calf and he asked the calf, "Oh, calf, I have come to understand the benefits of satsang. So please tell me what are the benefits of satsang." And the calf died. Immediately, as soon as he asked the question, the calf died. Again, this fellow started wondering, what is this? I went to the insect. Narayana asked me to go to the insect died. Narayana asked me to come to this calf and ask it, the calf died. I don't understand. Why does he ask me to do all these things? I only asked him what are the benefits of satsang. So again, he goes back to Vaikuntha, approaches Lord Narayana and reports this. Swami, again the calf has died. Oh, the calf also has died. Okay. Then Swami, why don't you tell me the benefits of satsang? He said, no, I cannot tell you. You go to a particular kingdom. There is a king there and his wife is about to deliver. The queen is about to deliver. So go to that boy who is going to be delivered. She is going to deliver a boy, okay? Go to that boy and ask him what are the benefits of satsang. He will tell you. Oh, he didn't know what to do. Hit his head. And then he again went to that kingdom, identified the king. And true as Narayana said, the queen was pregnant. Okay. Now, seeing that he was a saint by his attire and other dress, they allowed him to go into the Antapura, where the queen was about to deliver. So he said he wanted to be with the queen, okay? But because he was a saint, he was allowed there. Now the queen was about to deliver. So Narada started thinking, see, I asked the insect this question. The insect died. Then Narayana asked me to ask the calf. I asked the calf. The calf died immediately. Now, if this newborn prince, if he dies, they are going to kill me. The king is going to kill me because he'll suspect that I have done something. So what to do? So he kept waiting. Okay, he waited until everybody left the room on some errand or the other. The queen had delivered. The boy was born, and the boy was crying and like all other babies. Okay. Then when everybody left and the queen was asleep, okay? After the delivery, she fell asleep, okay? So he slowly quietly approached the little child, the newborn child, and asked him, please tell me what are the benefits of satsang, okay? It seems that boy started speaking. He didn't die. He started speaking to Narada. He paid his respects to Narada. I don't know how he did it. He's an infant, right? He's just born. He said, Sir, haven't you understood the benefits of satsang even now? He said, what? Nobody told me the benefits of satsang. He said, do you remember the insect? He said, of course, yes. The insect died. Do you remember the calf? He said, yes, I remember the calf. But how do you know about it? He said, I am the insect. I am the calf. And now I am born as a prince in a king's palace. I am going to rule this kingdom. And do you know why and how all that happened? It is because of your company. It is because of sage Narada's company. Because of sage Narada's company, the insect immediately died and was born as a calf, which is considered a much better birth. And because of the association of sage Narada, the calf died and now was born as a prince. Okay, the child explained to Narada that this is the benefit of satsang. Okay, an association of a moment with a saint will give you a much better life in the next birth. Okay, ma?
Yes.
Now, so is this a good story to answer your question?
Yeah, but it is too good to be true because I hardly meet anybody else get
No, ma,
that.
I'll try to turn it around. See, I'll try to turn it around and say, see, because of Kabir's association, in spite of his bad desire, he got transformed. He was born as Madhur Babu. Then he was born as Gopanna. He became a devotee. He served Kabir Das. He served Ramakrishna. He served Shivabalayogi. Okay? That is the benefit of satsang. Okay? We
So,
don't understand it, but that is the truth.
no, but Anna, for that, like
Ah.
we don't even have to listen to some good discourses, nothing. Just company is enough to transform us.
No,
So,
this is the proof. I'm giving you the proof, right? I don't have to answer the question.
was it because they were already good people and for time being something bad happened? So they like you remember the story of that crocodile and what was his name? I forgot.
Gajendra Moksha.
Gajendra Moksha. He was a nice guy.
Ah,
In between, because of bad company, he became a bad person. Then,
yeah,
but God did not see only his only short phase of life. He saw the entire life, and then he thought that that guy he was good because of
ah,
bad company. He became bad, and so in the last, he saw the overall life of him and blessed him.
yeah.
So that's what I was thinking is maybe all these people they got blessed because they would have led a good life in some previous birth, and in between might be something bad happened. So God might be knowing that they were really good in before, and so they got transformed because it is like it again looks like luck, piece of luck that you come in contact with somebody and you get transformed while others don't get that privilege. So I was thinking it can't be like just that luck alone. Because from their part also they would have earned some merit in not in this birth or some birth to deserve that kind of association.
I understand your logic, ma.
Mm.
But then my response is the following, okay?
Mm.
Now assume that there is a really bad person, okay,
Mm.
who was bad throughout his life.
Mm.
Should he not be offered a chance to redeem himself?
Yes, he should be.
Right?
Mm.
So just because he's a bad person, what should, I mean, he should be punished, agreed. But then there has to be an opportunity for redemption also, right? Given a chance, he might transform himself into a good man, but you don't want to give him a chance because he's a bad man.
No, no, yeah, that is true. That's what I'm saying. If transformation would have happened like instantly, this has happened. So I thought it
No,
happened period of time. Overnight, somebody
no,
get.
no. See, that's why I'm giving you the example of a person who is totally bad
Mm.
throughout his life. He has done only bad things.
Mm.
Should he be given a chance to redeem himself or not?
Certainly, he should.
Right? That is the reason they are given a chance. That is the reason if they get into the company of good people, they get a chance to become much better in the next life. Okay. Now, this is the importance of darshan. Right? What is darshan? What are we doing? It is just association with a divine person, right? A yogi.
Mm.
God. We go to the temple. What are we doing actually? Tell me. We are folding our hands. So what? Is that a good act? We are bowing, we are touching the feet, we are. So what? No, it is the association with the astral body which is in that idol That association, even for a few moments, that is what will give us a chance to redeem ourselves. That is the benefit of darshan. That is why we keep saying, did you have darshan? Did you have darshan of Lord Venkateshwara? We spend the whole night traveling from here. People might spend days together. Ultimately, when they reach the idol, they get one moment and they are pushed away. But still people go there. Millions of people go there. Why do they go there? This is the secret, okay? That moment of darshan that we had of God, that can help us transform. That can help us go forward in our life spiritually, okay? I don't mean in the worldly life, right? Yeah, so this is the answer, Amma. This is the answer that I want to give.
Thank you. I like the answer.
I think, no, this I think is the basic principle of God or universe. That even the worst of people, worst of beings, should ultimately have a chance of redemption. You cannot just have punishment and punishment and punishment for bad people. Okay. I mean, actually, even in our law, in the courts, that is the basic principle. You have to be given a chance to redeem yourself. You are bad. There is a lot of evidence against you that you are bad. But you have to be given a chance to redeem yourself. If you don't redeem yourself, then the punishment. Again, punishment is also as an example to let others know that if you do these wrong things, this is the punishment you are going to get. So don't do these wrong things. But for those who have already done the wrong things, there has to be an opportunity to redeem themselves. We cannot deprive them of that. God will not deprive them of the opportunity to redeem themselves. Okay? There will always be an opportunity available, even for the worst of human beings. This is my understanding, Amma.
Thank you.
Okay, Amma. Any other question? We have probably 2 minutes left. 2, 3 minutes are there. No, good questions, Amma. Thanks for asking the question and for the discussion.
Uncle Rupendra Singh ji raised his hand.
Who? Yeah. Go ahead and unmute him. Yeah, Bhaiya. Go ahead, Bhaiya.
Bhaiya, greetings, Bhaiya. Bhaiya, Swamiji's videos, if they can be made online or somehow they could be shared, it will be a very good thing of having a darshan of Swamiji. And, there are question and answer sessions, the spiritual question and answer sessions.
Yeah.
There is a one I particularly liked was
Open
of
it again.
Swamiji's video recordings of Swamiji's programs in England.
Yeah.
They were really good, and
Yeah.
if they could be made online or something,
No,
it'd
they're
be
all
very
available,
nice.
Bhaiya. No,
So the
all those
England one
videos,
also,
all
UK
those
too.
videos are available. I will
Okay.
send you the website where they are available. Not all of them, but a few of them. I mean, Tom
Yes.
has edited them and made them into
Yes, sir.
short videos. Okay. And you
Yes.
can view them if you go to the website. I'll send you the website to you by WhatsApp.
Yes.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. That would be great. Very
Good.
nice. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else?
I don't see. Okay, I think we can conclude now, Uncle. I think we already reached.
Okay, Papa.
Yeah, thank you so much, Uncle. Conclude this section. Once again,
Welcome.
our heartfelt gratitude to Uncle and patiently,
Yes.
answering those questions with so much clarity.
Thanks to all
Actually,
of you for your patience and being
Thank
here
you.
and listening to all that I am sharing.
Oh,
Say Sri
great.
Sri Shivabalayogi Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
yeah, we can end this session, right, Balu?
Balu, any questions on the chat, Balu? I have not seen the chat at all.
No, uncle. The only question few minutes ago was on that mudra, and then after that we don't have any questions.
ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರೋ ಹೊಸಬ್ರು ಬಂದಿದ್ರು ಅಂಕಲ್,
ಏನ್ ಬಾಲು ಹೆಸರು?
ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಯೂಸರ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ 816304 ಅಂತ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ನಂಬರ್ ಇತ್ತು.
ಹಾ,
ಅವರು ಕೇಸರಿ ಮುದ್ರಾದಿಂದ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು.
ಅದೇ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, ಅದು ನೋಡಿದೆ.
ಅದೊಂದೇ ಅಂಕಲ್, ಬೇರೆ ಇನ್ನೇನಿಲ್ಲ.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಏನು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಬಾಲು.
ಹಾ
ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಲಲಿತಾ ಒಂದು ಕಳಿಸಿದಾಳಲ್ಲ, ರಿಷಿ ವಾಲ್ಮೀಕಿ ವಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಎ ಥೀಫ್,
ಹಾ ಹೌದು.
but look at the transformation. Yeah. So that is also incidentally by the association of sage Narada himself, right?
Correct, uncle.
Okay, Balu. So shall we close it, Balu, now?
Yes.
ಹಾ ಅಂಕಲ್.
Okay. Thank you
Also,
all.
I think the chat is also stored, right? Saved, I mean.
ಹೌದು.
Zoom will save the chat also, right?
ಹೌದು.
So just for our records, Balu, in case we need to refer to that or anything like that, we can. Yeah.
I doubt chat is saved. Chat is being saved, uncle.
No, it is saved,
It is
Pawan.
saved. Okay,
For
okay.
the first session, I
Okay.
asked Navya to send me the chat, and she sent me that.
Okay, okay, okay.
She sent it to me on WhatsApp.
నవ్య చేసింది అంకల్, పట్టుకొని.
Sorry, who was that?
నవ్య చేసింది అంకల్, చాట్ సేవ్
How's
చేసి.
అంటే మళ్ళీ రిట్రీవ్ అవుతుందా వాళ్ళది? అంటే ఇప్పుడు మళ్ళీ ఎప్పుడైనా కావాలనుకుంటే ఆటోమేటిక్ మనం సేవ్ చేసామా, లేకపోతే చాట్ లో రిట్రీవ్ అవుతుందా అని? అంతే.
లేదు, మనం చేయాలి. తను చేసింది.
తను కాపీ పేస్ట్ చేసుకుందా బయట, లేకపోతే?
సేవ్ చాట్ అనే ఆప్షన్ ఉందంట.
అచ్చా అచ్చా, ఓకే ఓకే ఓకే
Okay, Balu.
ఓకే
చేస్తావా?
ఓకే అంకల్. శివబాలయోగి మహారాజ్
రాజ్ కి జై.
జై. మాటలో క్లోజ్.